How's it going, everybody? My name's Andy. I'm a licensed plumber out in the Chicagoland area. I do a lot of sump pumps, toilets, disposals, faucets, sink installations, drain repairs, drain repipes, and I do a lot of residential. And I got this bag just for that setup. I got other bags for other things. I do a lot of water heaters as well, but I have this bag set up just for the smaller jobs. And I like watching tool videos and tool bag videos. And I figure I do one for myself. So this is my bag, the Veto Pro Pack Tech MCT. I've had this for over a year now. It's working really good. So I'll just start from the front. Right here, I don't keep anything in these pockets. The only thing I do keep is I keep my tape measure with me on my belt when I go into the house. So I'll just kind of throw that right there. Also, on the side, I have this little Vera, little stubby #2 Phillips. I use this for tight spots, but I also use it for something else. I'll show you that inside the bag here. I keep a little pipe vise just for tight areas. You got my Milwaukee ink saw marker right there. I keep some extra gaskets for P-traps, hose clamp, some hat gaskets for dishwasher tees, and I keep some 1/2-inch mega tape. This side, got the little Pica pencil. Really like that, just kind of sticks in there, stays good. I got the Milwaukee crescent wrench. I like this because it kind of sits in there nice. Got the Fluke electrical tester. And then right here, I keep, this is the railers. I like these a lot, railer. But I keep a 3/8 little socket here for, I have a setup in here, I'll show you what I use that for. Also a little drill bit here, 3/16 for drilling the weep holes in for sump pumps. And I always keep this little Milwaukee Phillips with the magnet on there. And then for my light, I carry this on my belt. I got the O-light. This is made for the O-light, but I like this flashlight a lot. It's magnetic. I wouldn't keep it on there, but I like that. And I have this Milwaukee knife I keep on me. I like how it has this screwdriver. This got me, I use this quite often, so this is really awesome having that on there. So for the front of the bag, make sure you can still see it. So here it is. I got everything here has a purpose. I try to be super efficient with my setup here. I do have other tools if I need it. Well, this is the primary tools that I use on every job I go into. Sump pumps, toilets. Not really, I have a toilet bag, but this is for sump pumps, disposals, faucets, sinks, all that work. This is the bag I use for. So starting right here, you got the Nippex needle nose pliers. Got the Nippex electrical connector, the pliers here. I like these a lot. These are really good. They cut the best. Also, got the twin grips where you can get the bolt from the front right there. Nippex. Right here is what I use for my strainers. Strainer baskets. Put that on top. And then I use this right on the side. Let's see. Bam. Works perfect. Also right here, I have the Nippex little P-trap cutter. This right here I like a lot. The cool thing about this, there's a little screw right there, and you take this out and there's extra blades in there. There's a real sharp blade right here, and yeah, extension right here. There's do a little quick demonstration. So you got an arrow. It should only be about 3 turns. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Nice clean cut every time. I like channel locks, so I got a baby channel lock here, the 440 right here, and then I got a medium channel lock right here. I use these for obviously the supply lines. This one for, you know, disposal brackets. I like to keep the tools that come with the faucets just to have a real quick, like if I have a Delta, boom, I know I got the Delta right here. I believe this is the Price Fish Stir. Boom, got that one ready to go. And then I got the Moen, and this is what I keep this one right here for. Just plug that in right there, bam, fits in there perfect, and then I can get that nut right off. I also keep this LK wrench. It's for stainless steel sinks. And you got those clips. There's a little, you probably won't be able to see it, little flathead in there, and it keeps the, like this little, the bolt that's in there kind of goes in, and you can keep it in place, especially with super tight areas. If that doesn't work, then I'll use the Milwaukee flathead. It's also the demolition one, so if I ever need to demo anything with this, boom, I got that ready to go. The Weeha, this is my favorite 6-in-1. I'm not a big fan of like the 16-in-1s or anything like that. 12-in-1s. I like this one. The main thing is I had them all, and this never strips on me, so I love this Weeha one, 6-in-1. I got a pair of snips. I keep this to snip like zip ties, or mainly I use this for like when I'm taking out a faucet. If it has those copper supply lines, boom, I can just snap those out, and it makes it a lot easier. I have the Milwaukee level, torpedo level. I also keep a little Husky scraper. This thing, I've seen a lot of jobs, but I mainly use this when I remove a sink and they got the caulk. Boom, 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 scrapes out real nice. Also, the Kraus, we've been running into those Kraus strainer baskets. They have the set screw inside, and this fits in there perfect. I like the rigid angle stop wrench for removing and installing. I got an angle stop here. Main thing you want to do is you never want to take that off on a new one. If you take it off, you could ruin the threads right here, but it fits in there just like that. And then this fits right over here. Boom, tighten it up, loosen it up, boom, works perfect. I know most of you guys know that, but some of you may not know. But this right here is real nice. So you can also use this for the supply lines and whatnot, but I prefer just using a channel lock. I've used that Pasco one too. That's pretty cool, but I like how just this fits in there real nice. Also, I got these Vera hollow shank nut drivers. I got a 1/2 inch, a 5/16, and then also a 7/16. These are the main ones I come across. Some pump, the lid bolts I can use these for. Also, there's a disposal that has a little nut on the bottom you gotta take off to get to the wiring. That's what that's for. And then I like to keep the Vera number 2. I don't know if you can see it, like laser edged. Real nice. And then in here, so this is my setup that I use for removing any kind of bolts, strip bolts, mainly for like sump pumps. But this is the Vera ratchet 1/4 inch. And then what I can do is, let's see, get that on there. I like how that's toggles like that. But you have these Milwaukee strip nut ones. They have the teeth on there. And then I can pull this off. Put it on here. And then this. Boom. You're ready to go. But this got me on a lot of binds on those strip bolts. I have another set that's not strip, but it'd be the standard SAE. No, I like these railers are real nice. Just kind of, let's see if we can see that. Boom. Okay, put those away. Then I got this wire. Use this for, we do a lot of, we call reconnects, where customers get like new sinks, new countertops, and we got to go in there and install the drain to the sink, new faucet, and most of the time we got to lower that drain because we got a deeper sink, so we got to cut out the wall and then cut that T out. So this works perfect for that. Very inexpensive and way more efficient. So that pretty much does it for the front of the bag. Get that wire in there. That's why I don't like to keep a super lot in here, because again, it closes up real nice. If I ever do need a drill, like when I need that drill, I always bring a bucket in, and I have an assortment of different fittings and stuff. I have the Milwaukee M12, and then if I need a larger flashlight, I keep this in that bucket too. I'll have links to all this stuff in the description. I like videos like that where they have it all set up. I guess I might get a little money for it, but whatever. It's just to help everyone out. So here's the back of the bag. I'll go over these pockets. So I keep my electrical tape in here. I like to keep it in the case. And also I got some wire nuts. I like these Ideal wire nuts, mainly for disposals. And here I keep my Knipex scissors. These are really super nice. I like to keep them here and kind of, this is super sharp and it doesn't really fit in the front. I just keep it like right there. And then I use the Milwaukee faucet wrench. I like this one over the rigid just because I had the first rigid, and then the other one, the square one that came out, it's too big for getting the tight spots we got with the sinks. So this, and also the original rigid, it flexed a lot. This one doesn't flex. It's real rigid, so this one I like the best. I use the Reed 2-inch pipe cutter, cutting PVC, 1.5 inch, 2-inch. I prefer this over the Sawzall just so I don't make a big mess. But this thing cuts real nice. I have the rigid torque wrench. Sometimes we do a lot of work in Chicago, so sometimes with a galvanized drain we got to use a null hub, and this is what you need to get that tightened down to spec. And then here, this is called it bevels and reams the outside of PVC, so the PVC could go home better. And this is a Reed. It's a DEB4. And basically, essentially what this does, I just got a little demonstration here, but this is just a reducer so I can show you. But you see, you kind of see it's tough to get this in there when it's not reamed. And you can kind of see it doesn't want to go home, and I'm pushing on this thing. But then with this, it kind of snaps on. You got a little blade right here. Snap it on, and then it's gonna bevel and ream outside of that pipe. Now it's smoother. You can almost get it fully home just dry fitting it. Once you get the primer and glue on there, it'll go further, but This has been a lifesaver for me. And then I keep the pencil reamer. We'll do the inside. Kind of a dull blade, but get the inside done too. So I like doing that. A lot of guys want, I mean, it's up to you. I like doing it. I don't do it on every job, but if I got bigger repipes, I like using that. And then also I carry these. Don't really use these too much, but if I ever do, like for shower valve or shower heads, I'll use these, the smooth jaws. Keep it nice. So if I got some, you know, high-end angle stops or anything I got to install, I'll use these. And then this right here, I got this specifically just for if there's anything in a disposal, like, you know, like I said with the reconnects, sometimes they want to reuse their disposal, and they get some garbage in there just from the countertop work and all that. But then when after we install it, if I notice anything, like I look in there first, but then there's that little piece that could make a loud sound. You turn it off, and this thing fits perfect right in there. The Nipex needle nose, long needle nose pliers. Also, I like to keep these. I got a larger one in there also. I use this mainly for, you know, if you screw up, you know, if you end up screwing up a joint like this, boom, you take that off real quick. Also, with the larger sump pump check valves, you can, you get the larger one, you can get those loose, tighten them up real nice. That's why I like using those. And then also I got that, got the Milwaukee telescoping basin wrench. But there it is. That's my little video I've been wanting to do on my bag. If you got any questions, you can let me know. Again, all this stuff, for most of it, I'll try to get in the comments for you, or in the description. But this is the Tech MCT Veto Pro Pack. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.